Hi everybody, welcome back to Slone Stitches. If you're new here, my name is Jess. This is my channel about cross stitching. Today is not a normal Flosstube update that I do every 2 weeks. This is a Flosstube extra, and I am coming to you from the floor of my living room, and I am going to go through my fabric stash. So we're going to do a dive into it. I have no notes. The only real preparation I did was to grab all the project bags of kitted projects that I have and my tub of fabric. And I did take the fabric out of all the plastic bags. So we will minimize the crinkles as best as we can today. But other than that, I am just sitting here next to, not a crazy amount of fabric, but a lot. And I had asked on my Instagram stories, I put up a poll and I said, does anyone have any interest in watching a fabric stash video? Because I need to go through this, see what I have, see what no longer calls to me. So everybody pretty much responded yes. It was like a 91% yes. So we're here on this very rainy day here in Southwest Ohio where I live. I have every lamp in this room on, including my hot light, which is pointing at me from across the room. And yeah, I'm sitting on the floor in front of my fireplace, and we're just going to get straight into it. You guys are sitting on the ottoman. So let's see. We're all decorated for Halloween. I don't know. My little campfire ghosts back here, they're super cute. This is my favorite Halloween mug. This is Swiss Miss pumpkin spice hot chocolate. It is better than any pumpkin spice latte I've ever had. Delicious. So let's get straight into it. I figure the first thing that we'll do is start with fabric that I already have kitted up in project bags. And I think, so you'll see my current tastes right away. And then you'll sort of start to see as pieces get pulled out, especially the older pieces, where I started my cross stitch journey. So, but not the very beginning, right? I started cross stitching when I was 7 with my neighbor. She did craft fairs and things for a living. And she started me off on plastic canvas, an 11 count, and I graduated to 14 count. This is all when I was by the time I was 10, and then I stopped. And then picked it back up again in 2018. Funny enough, started straight off on a piece of dark Aida from a kit. And it's just kind of gone from there. Really tried to stick with 14 count at first because it's what I knew. Graduated to 16 and 18 count. Decided I wanted to start working with linen and even weave. Started with 28 count, then 32. So there's a little bit of everything in here. There's 14 count all the way up to 40 count. And then even something a little smaller than that, but they're not technically cross-stitch fabrics. But you'll see when we get there what I'm talking about. So let's go through it. Let's try and thin the herd a little here. We're going to start with things that are already kitted. So I wanted to start with this piece that I am starting next week, actually, with my friend Catherine. I'll show you. We're putting the Apprentice from Autumn Lane Stitchery. Well, I'm putting it on this, but we're starting it on the 13th. And this is It's a Mystery from Bestitch Me. This is a 32 count linen. Look at that guy. Very pretty. It's a ton of modeling, but I feel like with the subject matter, with the potions and all that stuff going on, this is going to be so pretty. And hopefully the camera, with all these extra lights that I put in, can really pick up just how pretty this is with all these dark and light blues and the purples, and it's kind of got some pinkish in there. It's so pretty. I'm excited to get that one started. I won that in a giveaway, actually, from a Bestitch Me, their anniversary, just a month or 2 ago. So that's fun. We're just throwing things. Not even sorry about it. The next piece that I have in a kit already, I am going to start the Wee Santa 2025 on. And I'm not going to go too much into this because this isn't a regular update, but I'll show you my mess. I did get this from Stash. So some of it's the called for, but a lot of it is just colors that I had that go well. And this is on a remnant. So this is a piece of 16 count Ada in cookie dough from Needle Bling. It's the leftover from my StitchCon piece from Kindred Friends. Just have a little bit left of it. So figured it would be perfect to put this little guy on because this is only, and with the needle minder, what, 71 by 70? So it's a little guy. Get that needle minder back or I'll never remember to get it. And there are cats running around. The odds that you will see a cat in this video are somewhat high. The one that I think would be most likely to come over is currently staring at the rain, so you never know. Next up that I have something kitted for, I'm going to hopefully start this Christmas on the Beach from the Gold Collection from Dimensions. And it comes with 18 count Ada, but I don't really like that stiff kit Ada. That's something that I have learned about myself. So I'm going to pull the Ada out of it and probably hand dye it a different color because I do like 18 count. So I want to keep it. But I'm going to put it on this piece of Countess from Forbidden Fiber Co. It's basically white. I think in anything other than a Lugana, which this is a 28 count Lugana, I think it would have been like a bluish kind of color, very light blue, because it was from one of the ACOTAR mystery boxes that she did, the Winter Court. And I didn't really care for the pattern, so I just kept the fabric and I gave the pattern away. But it's perfect for this because it's full coverage. So I'll enjoy it because I like stitching on 28 count. And maybe I'll do it 1/1. I have to look at the pattern and see if there's any quarter stitches. There probably are. If not, there's plenty of floss. It's fine. Then I have another start that I'm getting ready to do for Christmas this year. This is Peace on Earth from Leela's Studio. I'm sorry. Like I said, there's a billion lights on in this room. But I love this. I am going to change, I know it's called Peace on Earth, but I am going to change the quote in there. I think I'm going to make it say, have yourself a merry little Christmas. If it fits, if it doesn't, I'll figure something else out. But I have that all kitted and ready to go. And this is a piece of 20 count Ada in one more reproduction from Bestitch Me. So just a very basic neutral. I am going to have an issue with needle minders, aren't I? It's okay. So yeah, just very basic, but just enough modeling so that it's going to look interesting because there is a whole bunch of blank space in this pattern. I didn't want something too plain, but I also didn't want to take away from all of the fun colors, so I didn't want to do anything too colorful. Although you know, if you've watched my regular updates, I love my wacky colored fabrics. But on this, I think the colors of the piece itself are enough, and I don't want to detract from it because it's not really that kind of piece. So, and you are going to hear some zipping because I don't want to mess up all these projects that I have kitted already. Next up is another Christmas start that I am planning for this year. This is Quaternion Creations Yule Cat. And this is another one that I picked out my own colors. So I have my own conversion. And I think these are all Bestitch Me and Forbidden Fiber Co. But in my normal Flosstube videos, once I start this, I will go over what my conversion is in more detail. But I am putting this on a piece of 40 count even weave from Bestitch Me in the color Spooky. So it's a really nice looking gray. It's got some modeling in there, but not too much. It's not a very heavy model. It's not, obviously, it's not going to take up all of this. And I know you're thinking like, well, that cat's gray. Well, the colors I picked out, I think, are going to show up on this really well because I did go a little darker of a gray with the cat. So, yeah. And I also like this because I had a cat, a black cat named Spooky growing up. So, I don't know, it all kind of fits together in my brain. But yeah, I love this color. It's super pretty. If you have not tried Bestitch Me Even Weave in a 40 count, I guess it's for doll. It's amazing. Oh, we might be about to have our first little visitor. It's not the one I expected. This is Harper. Hey, hey, hi. Yeah, she does not like to be picked up. You can't walk on the fabric though, man. Harper, go, babe. Go on. Not what I expected. Augie might chase her off, so you might hear a ruckus here in a minute. Next up, kitted and ready to go for Christmas. This is, I don't have the pattern because it's a PDF. This is Magic of Christmas from the Tiny Modernist. If I can remember, I'll put a picture in here so you can see. This was in the Jingle Ball last year, I believe. And I'm going to do this on a piece of 32 count even weave. It's Lugana from Bestitch Me. This does not have a color name, which means that I won this in a fight night and it wasn't named. It's a beautiful blue. Yeah, that's exactly what it looks like too. Thank you, camera. Just beautiful. I love it so much. I originally got it because I thought I was going to do the Deadly Aquarium from Lola Crow on it. And I might still, like, I might have enough. But I have so many Lola Crows on the go right now that I don't want to start another one yet. So we'll see. To be determined. Keep your eyes open. In this bag, oh, so right now I have 13 Halloween projects and I don't want to start another one because I feel like that's a perfect number for Halloween. But just in case one finishes, this is Midnight from Serenita di Campagna. And I got this at Market this current season. And I had said when I bought it, I wanted to put it on like a deep green. And I remembered that I had done a project a long time ago on a piece of woodland from Picture This Plus, and it was this beautiful green. So I bought another piece of it. This is in the plastic, and I'm not going to take it out because it has all the threads in it. Oh, yeah. There's too much glare. I've got too much light going on here. This is my favorite color green that exists. I think this pattern's going to look so pretty on that. It's a little brighter than it's showing in the camera. It's like a bright and bold green. And it's exactly what I wanted. And I'm so glad that I thought of that. It was kind of one of those things where right before I went to bed, I kind of snapped awake and was like, woodland. So happy about that. Now I just have to keep myself from starting it because I do not need a 14th Halloween fall project right now. It's so pretty. This is a fun piece of fabric. So this is the Stitch Crypt as above, so below. Hats there. Yeah, sorry for the glare. I don't want to do too much editing on this video because it is just an extra. But I am putting this on a piece of 18 count Ada in Galaxy from Mystic Fabrics. And I don't know. I don't know what side I want to do it on. I kind of like this with the purple up top for the above, but we'll see. Flip it around. I love it. When I went to Misty's store a few months ago, this was one of the first pieces of fabric that I picked up, and I had a lot in my basket, and I went through and pared it down a little bit, but that one was never in question. Had to have that one. Beautiful piece of fabric. Did I say this is an 18 count Aida? I'm hoping I'm remembering to say all of that. That's the whole point of this video, right? Is to give the details about the fabric. If I miss anything, let me know. This is fun. So I cannot remember the name of the designer. I'll put it up here. But it's a Jurassic Park sampler, basically. And I grabbed this piece of 16 count Aida and Banshee from Bestitch Me to do this on. Because it makes me think like how it was like a hurricane and stuff during that movie. And the colors are bright enough that I don't think anything is going to get lost because they stand out so much. I just have to show you. I know this isn't the point, but my little needle minder. Try to show a little respect. If you're a Jurassic Park fan, you know what that's from. Yeah, that's a great piece of fabric. Banshee is a great colorway. I think she might have just had some of this in ready to ship recently. It might still be there. I don't know. I am trying not to buy a whole bunch of fabric right now, and you will see why as we go through this. But it was tempting. I just try really hard not to. It's not going to work. Sorry, I know I said I was going to minimize crinkles, but I didn't think about the ones that were already in these bags. 4 more that are already kitted. This is for a full coverage called Starfall Mountain from the Boogie Stitcher. This is a piece of 20 count Aida, also from Mystic Fabrics. This is called Irony. That's beautiful. This really pretty pinkish purple situation. And that pattern is not completely full coverage. It's a lot brighter than what it's showing. So this will show around the edges. So it's showing very modeled on the camera. It's not that modeled in real life. It's very, very light modeling compared to what it's showing and a deeper color. But that's okay. You get the point. It'll be so pretty. I can't wait to get this one started. I actually have all of the floss and everything all ready to go for this one. So we'll see when I get that one started. I also want to start that portal, which is the only piece of fabric I did not bring to show because it's just that gridded 28 count Lugana. It's not very interesting. Not that all of these pieces are interesting, but you know what I mean. Okay. This is my Sprouting Lupine Thunderstorm Nature Walk. I am just going to do the little frog guy here with his leaf first and then decide if I want to stitch the whole piece separately. But this is on a piece from a Bestitch Me grab bag. Looks like it's probably 36 count Lugana. Just a really pretty blue. It's honestly almost the exact same blue. So nothing too out of the ordinary or crazy there, but I do like it. And once again, I know this isn't the point, but these needle minders. I made this out of a pin. I love them. This, I also can't remember the name of the designer, and I don't have it in here. Darn, I'll put it up here again, I think. But the pattern is called Conduit for Nonsense, and this is a 28 count linen in the color Eek from Picture This Plus. Decided to go a little crazy for this one. It's a lot brighter orange than what it's showing. But isn't that fun? I figured it's just a silly little pattern and it doesn't matter. So that's what we're going with. I love that fabric. I've had this fabric for years, probably 6 years, and I haven't found anything to put on it. So finally deciding to go ahead and stitch something on it, because what's the point of holding on to these pieces for so long? And then my final already kitted project with a piece of fabric is Dandelion Wishes from Rosewood Manor. I love this piece. Just a nice monochrome. And I have all the called for stuff. So I have the threads and everything in here. I am not doing it on blue. Theoretically, we'll see how this works out. If I don't like it when I start it, I'll switch it to something else. But this is 28 count flower patch from Bestitch Me. And I want to put it on this. It's a much brighter pink and purple than what it shows on the camera. So I think I won't have a problem with the white thread showing. But I mean, it's meant to kind of blend in, right? That's what the model is like. And I'm going to give it a shot. And if I don't like it, I have a ton of other options that I can try instead. And let's get into all those options now, shall we? There is really no rhyme or reason to this. I just have piles. Sorry, I hit my ottoman. The only thing I did was I did separate it out into what's remnants and what's not. But other than that, it's a mix. So let's just get started. So first up is a piece of 40 count Verdal, so even weave from Mystic Fabrics. This is the color I Descent. Isn't that pretty? The dandelion thing might actually look really good on this. So that is a backup option because it is slightly darker than that other piece. So maybe, but then with it being 40 count, I worry about the beads. I might have to replace them with like seed beads or something, which is not a big deal. I can do that, but we'll see. Next up, I have a piece of 36 count even weave. This is something I got off the freebie table. I think it's StitchCon, and it's got like writing and stuff here, but it doesn't have the writing here. And I like this a lot. I think this would be really nice for like a Halloween small or something like that. So it's just very like a beigeish gray with some splotches on it. So I feel like it would work really well for like a little Halloween ornament or something like that. We'll see. Definitely keeping that. Just assume, unless I say I'm not going to keep that I'm keeping everything, because otherwise you're going to get sick of hearing that. This is 18 count Conversation Hearts from Bestitch Me. My friend Erin from the Hathaway Stitchers helped me get a piece of this because she saw me struggling during a fight night. And she was like, I accidentally got too many pieces. Do you want one? I said, yes, ma'am. So she brought a couple options for me to choose from. And that's what I did. And I'm obsessed with it. So very fun. I could see like a Mirabilia on this or something like that. Or even like a modern folk, like with a monochromatic kind of situation going on, like a royal blue. That could be pretty. So we'll see. I'm not going to put them back in the packages, but I am going to refold them, because otherwise that's all I'm going to be doing today is folding fabric. This is another Bestitch Me. This was the March fabric of the month from this year. This is a 36 count even weave, and this is Willow. And you'll notice as I go through, I switch my counts a lot. Like right now, I just switched to the 25 count Lugana Color Club. I was in the mix, and before that I had Ada. So just a really nice neutral. I really like to mix up the counts and things that I have, because sometimes you're just in the mood for something and other times you're not. But right now I have quite a few neutrals, so I wanted to switch it up and go into just the color club for a little while and see what I can get out of that. Because we've got a lot of beige going on here, which is fine. I need them. But I like having options with color too. All right, next up might be one of my favorite fabrics in my stash. I have two that are absolutely at the top, and they're both purple, which is weird because my favorite color is green. This is a 32 count Lugana, and it does not have a color because it was from a fight night. I love this. I hope this show's good. Oh yeah. Look at that. It's making my camera go crazy. Beautiful. Beautiful, rich, like royal purple. Beautiful. And again, the modeling does not show as much in person as it shows on this camera. This is one of those where you know how you get in those zones where you're like, well, I have to have something really special to put on this. That's why I've had this for like 2 years and haven't touched it. Next up is another Bestitch Me 32 count Lugana. This is oat. So another really pretty neutral. Hardly any modeling. Very, very nice. There's a cat chasing a toy, which just got the attention of the other cat. If you hear a ruckus, I'm sorry. They're having the time of their lives over there. And one of them just vaulted the couch and now they're hissing at each other. Oh, this is fun. This is an 18 count Ada. And it's just like a random printed piece. So there's nothing on the back. How fun that is. Now, will I ever stitch anything on this? Maybe not, because I think I've had this for 6 years and I've never put a thing on it. So we might put this in the, maybe I want to put this on a freebie table category. But it is really cute. I just don't know what I would stitch on it. If you have any ideas, like anything I say, I don't know what I would stitch on this, or I'm not sure about this. If you have ideas, please let me know, because it is a really cool fabric. And I can't remember why I bought it. I don't know, but I like it. We're just going to sit it there and marinate on it. And next is from Fiberlicious Yummy Fibers. This is Sepia Sorcery. It's a 20 count Ada. This was the Harvest Moon Hangout exclusive fabric for this year. And mine just, I mean, I got a dud of a dye lot online, which is fine. I'll figure out something, but it's definitely not what was advertised. It's pretty much just brown. There's a little bit, let me fold it so you can see it better. There's a little bit of what it was supposed to look like, but otherwise it's just brown. Something will look cool on it. I was kind of looking at one of the Halloween Mirabilias. I can't remember the name of it off the top of my head, but it's like got a lot of oranges and stuff on it. That might look cool on there. We'll see. Stay tuned. Again, not sure of the 20 count with the bead situation. I would have to really think about replacement beads. I'm not sure if I want to do that. Maybe. This is a piece of 36 count Edinburgh linen in Mirage. This is a picture this plus. So, you know, when it says 36 count, it's really probably 38, 40, something like that. Just a little eighth. But I think it would be good for one of the Cottage Garden samplings Christmas pieces, because I did Christmas delivery on a piece of this and I loved it. It made all the Christmassy colors really pop. These like dark gray modeled fabrics are great for Christmas projects because those greens and reds and whites show up amazing on this. No detail gets lost. So I kind of like the idea of doing like Christmas parade or something like that on this piece of fabric, but we'll see. Next up, kind of boring, plain Jane. It's just a 20 count gray Ada from Zweigart. I won't even unfold it all the way. It's just plain. This is kind of in my pile of I might need this for something someday, or I might dye this because I think it would take dye fairly well. And it's stiff, so I would need to do something with it before I used it for anything. It's another one of those fabrics that's been in my stash for a really long time, and I just haven't done anything with it. Ooh, I love this one. I had bought this for something specific, but I can't remember what it was. It didn't end up working out. This is a Zweigart Lugana in 32 count. It's in the color Exotic Orchid. Really nice purple, like a dusky kind of purple. I had hoped it would have been big enough for that Starfall kind of full coverage, but kind of not, but it's not. But that's okay. I'm disappearing behind it. I'll find something to do with it. It's another one of those that like a modern folk embroidery or a monochrome of Black Nature would be really pretty on something like this. Okay, last one in this pile. I don't know what this is or where it came from. It's pretty. I know it's an 18 count Ada. Very pinky peach. It's a little brighter than what the camera is picking up because of course it is. I don't know if I like. Oh, well, there's Augie. He's come to say hello. Say hi, buddy. It's Augie's season, man. So I like it. I'll find something to do with it, but I couldn't tell you what it is. Okay. The empty fabric box is sitting here, and he's like, yes. He knows I won't yell at him for doing it right now. This is a piece of 36 count linen in the color Ravenna. It's from Atomic Ranch. Really pretty blue. Almost like a purple tone to it, but just a really pretty dark blue. This is another one I could probably do that one dandelion piece on, and it would pop out if I decided I wanted to go the blue route, but not quite the blue route that they went. I like that a lot. All these color fabrics, I'm always thinking, like, what kind of monochrome piece can I do on this that'll make it really pop out? This reminds me, I was watching, I haven't finished it yet, but Laura Stitching by the Shore, it has a Cinderella piece from Lena Ova, which I'm doing a Beauty and the Beast piece from her. And it's on a really dark blue fabric with like a icy blue floss. I immediately thought of this fabric. And I like Cinderella, but I don't think I'm a big enough fan to do that piece on that. This is recent. This is the September fabric of the month from Bestitch Me. This is a 25 count Lugana in Antique Market. Another nice neutral. This is the piece that came in the mail, and I said, okay, I think I have enough neutrals now. Because I am starting to acquire quite a lot that are just nice and tan. So switch to colors, get a little break, and then eventually I'm sure I'm going to need more neutrals again. Another Bestitch Me, you can tell my favorite fabric dyer. This is a 22 count Ada in Ledger. I am using a 20 count Ada, I believe, or 18, one of those, for a project I'm working on right now, my covered bridge. It has a lot deeper modeling than this, but I do like that this is a 22 count. So I can probably fit quite a few projects on here. That's good. You can see the modeling pretty well there. It's just, if this makes sense, it's a skinnier modeling and also just lighter on this fabric. So another one that I think a Halloween piece would look really good on. This is another one. I don't know where it came from, but I do know it's 18 count Ada. It's like a very light purplish blue color. I don't even know if the camera will pick that up. It's nice. It's a decent sized piece. I mean, it's a fat quarter, I think. So just nice for like a neutral, or I mean, it's light enough that I think it would take dye. So we'll see. Hey, look, another Bestitch Me. This is Wild Bouquet. This is a 32 count Lugana. This is gorgeous. I don't even know if you can see how the green and blue modeling on this. It's very bright green with a nice blue interspersed. And it's kind of funny because the green is mostly up. Well, let's do it like it's the sky and the earth. So yeah, you can see it. The blue is mostly on this side and the green's down there on that bottom half. So I love that. It would be fun to put something that kind of has a horizon in it on this. So we'll see. It's beautiful. That bright green gets me. I am definitely a fan of green. Okay, another one that I don't know the name of. This is a darker purple. I have so many purple fabrics. I definitely think I'll dye that lighter one into something else because a girl doesn't need all this purple. This is a much dustier purple. This is also definitely 18 count. I went through a phase here with the 18 count Ada, didn't I? Again, not as modeled as the camera is showing, but that's okay. I am going to pause really quick and turn off my OttLight and see if that helps with colors. Give me 1 second. Okay, it really didn't. We turned it back on. It's fine. Next up is another relatively recent fabric of the month from Bestitch Me. This is from July, 25 count Lugana and What the Hey. This is like a yellowish neutral. Like, hey, kind of matches my wall, doesn't it? Yeah, you can't tell where. That's cool. That's great. We might dye that one too. Fun fact, every wall in my house is painted this color. And it was painted this color when we moved in 8 years ago, and we just never changed it because we hate painting. I don't want to paint the house. Next up is a 32 count linen from Bestitch Me. This is in Sugar Cream Pie. Very nice, light, neutral fabric. Almost white, but not quite. It's pretty. I like it. We're getting there. Okay, next, this might be my favorite piece in the whole thing. This is a 20 count Ada from Bestitch Me. This is Romantic Ruin. Yeah, love that. Mm. This is one of those where I know I'm going to have it for forever as I try to figure out exactly what I want to put on it. It's so rich and it's very modeled. The camera is really picking it up. That's pretty true. I love this piece so much. Does anyone else get attached to their fabrics like this? Is that weird? I feel like it's not weird, but maybe for non-cross stitchers, it's pretty weird. This is a 32 count Lugana, also Bestitch Me. This is Winter Mix, very pretty blue. It's probably the exact blue that you would need for that Rosewood Manor. I am stuck on that dandelion piece today. I'm not starting it. It's not the season for that, even though it's kitted. I don't know. We'll see if the pinks don't work out. See, here we go. Why are we all like this? Please tell me we're all like, it can't just be me. I refuse to believe it's just me. Oh, this is very boring. I don't even need to unfold it. This is a fat quarter of 16 count Black Ada from Zweigart. This is a 32 count linen. This is also from Bestitch Me. This is Sand Dollar. All the way. Maybe. I love this. I have this going in another piece, I think. Or something very similar. I love it. Lots of modeling. So it definitely looks like the sand at the beach. Some of the modeling over here is darker. I really like that. It just takes me a while to figure out what I want to do on neutral pieces because I'm not really a sampler person. And I know a lot of samplers are built for these really pretty neutral fabrics. I'll get there. This is my last piece of full-size fabric. This is a 25 count Lugana. This is Catacombs from Bestitch Me. Shocker. Oh, we love that. It's like my fireplace if it was tan instead of gray. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Really love that. I initially bought this thinking that I might put a long dog on it, but I don't know how many more long dogs I'll do just because I'm kind of on a modern folk embroidery kick when it comes to the monochromes right now, and I would like to start another one of those once I get my current long dog finished. We'll see. Okay. Rapid fire here. I have three, four, something like that. Bestitch Me grab bags. Every now and then she will list like ornament cuts, kind of, as a grab bag for like, I don't know, 19 or 20 bucks, I think. And you get like six or eight pieces of small cuts of fabric. It's great. My hot chocolate is lukewarm chocolate. So let's go through some of mine really quick. This is all even weave. This looks like it might be spooky. Some of them I kind of know. Like this looks like it might be Banshee, maybe? I don't know. That's what I have left out of that one. This is another even weave grab bag. Yes. Another even weave grab bag. It might be jack-o'-lantern. Maybe. This is pretty. Gold color. I'd like to do a Christmas ornament on that. Just a nice neutral. This is definitely spooky. And last one from this one. This would be good for a tiny town because look how long this is. I have a tiny town waiting in the wings. It's the Your Town Tiny Town or Any Town Tiny Town, something like that. That might be for that. And then the last one, I just have 3 pieces left from a linen grab bag. I have like highlighter yellow. This very sparkly blue. Can you see the sparkle? Kind of. And then just a tiny little bit of this green left because I used this for something else. So those are fun. And then I do have like a little grab bag that I bought in a lot off of eBay, but it's just like, they're just like little cuts and I don't know the names or anything of any of them. I just keep them around. This I am definitely getting rid of. This is like, I think it's I don't know, it's a linen, but it's like, hi, you can still see me. It's stiff, like it could stand up by itself. I hate it. I used it for a Liz Matthews piece and I regretted it the entire time I stitched on it. It's going away. And then I think I'm going to dye this. This is like a opalescent. It looks like it's probably 16 count maybe, or it might be 14, but it looks 16. It's very sparkly. So I think I'm going to dye that. And then these are just like kind of icky colors if I'm being 100% honest. But on the right piece, they might not be so icky. And that's why I hoard fabric, because I say things like that with everything. These are all little cuts that I got from our creative reuse store. So I got these for 50 cents a piece. This is a 30 count lilac linen. And I didn't open any of them. So again, this is like kind of see-through and stiff. But I know it'll be someone's cup of tea. I just don't know if it's necessarily my cup of tea. I don't know. We'll think about that one. That goes in the think about it pile. This is a piece of 32 count natural linen. Just a little guy. Not quite as see-through, not quite as stiff. We'll keep. This is a 32 count Belfast linen in misty blue. I like that a lot. That would be pretty for some kind of Christmas ornament. I also need to start thinking about smalls for smalls exchanges for StitchCon and Stitch Ridge next year. Oh, I don't think I filmed since. I did get into StitchCon. I will be at Weekend B. This is a 36 count linen in golden walnut. It doesn't say the dyer, but this is like a really, like this color is a mood. It's like an olive green. I like that a lot. Keep. This is a 32 count. It does not say the color or the dyer. Just a little guy. It matches my shirt almost exactly. So just like a kind of an army green color. And then this is a Weeks Dye Works 40 count linen in parchment. It's just a tiny little cut, but it's like somewhat serged. They didn't serge the edges. They serged in a little bit, but I figured that would be good for some kind of something. A small of some sort. Okay, next I have the fabric that I plan on dyeing, or if I just desperately need a neutral, which I never stitch on white. So the odds, unless it's a full coverage, so the odds of me needing some of these as white are slim. This is something I grabbed off of a freebie table somewhere. It has a little bit of stitching on it. It would be easily taken out. I need to take that needle out, but I don't know what count it is. It looks small, probably a 20 count. It's an Aida. 20, 22. It's probably Hardinger. It's actually probably not Aida. It's probably Hardinger. But so this is a piece. This is 18 count Aida. It's a full fabric. I don't know what this is. It's why with the yellow. I tried to fit my Beauty and the Beast piece on this. It was too small. It was too narrow. So I used that other piece that you've seen if you've watched my regular updates. But I don't really foresee myself needing any more yellow fabric in this particular shade, because how many Beauty and the Beast pieces can I really stitch? Don't answer that. So, and then this is just, I think, a 14 count Aida. It might be 16. So I might dye it. If it's, I need to like measure it. If it is 16, then I'll dye it. If it's 14, then I'm going to give it away. And then this is a 40 count Verdal even weave. It's a fat quarter, so it's a big piece. I got this with the intention of doing a full coverage on it, but then I realized I really prefer to do my full coverages on a grid. So we'll see. We might dye it and use it for something else. So those are all the pieces that I think I might dye. Then these are more pieces that I got from the creative reuse, but they're big. Sorry, these are bagged. I didn't want to leave them. I don't know what they are. This one is started. This has a project on it. So I'm just going to cut it off and use the other half because I love this brown color. Look, They even did some 1/1 in that. Those words are 1/1. If you recognize this pattern and you have it and you wanted to stitch it and you would like to adopt someone else's piece, let me know. I'm going to cut it probably here so that I can have this part, but well, I don't know. I don't know if that's the middle. I don't know what they did. I won't cut it yet. Today is Tuesday, October 7th. I will not cut this to use it for anything until the new year, until at least January 1st of 2026. If you recognize this and you want to stitch the rest of it and you have the pattern, I don't know what this is and I don't have this pattern and I don't want to stitch it. It's not my style. But if that applies to you, let me know. I will send this to you. United States only, please. At least right now with this tariff situation, I don't want to have to figure anything out. So I won't do anything with this yet. We will wait. But someone put a lot of work into that. Like, this is probably 36 count maybe. And that's over 1, the words. It looks like they're doing 2/2 for the rest of it, if this matters to you. And then 1/1 for the words. So let me know. I will hold on to it for a couple months. Okay? And then the other pieces that I grabbed from the Creative Reuse, they're just linens. Just probably dyeable. We'll see. I'll throw them in the dye pile. And I will put this back in this plastic bag. And I will make myself a mental note to not touch it. Okay. Everything else that I have left is remnant. I will go through the ones that I know what they are first, and then I will show you the ones that I don't. This is a remnant of 28 count Springfield Sage Lugana. So a nice light neutral green, perfect for a small. This is just 16 count Black Ada. Zweigart. This is a 32. Ooh, I'm throwing things. This is a 32 count Lugana. It's called Vintage Atlantic. It's also from Zweigart. So just a little piece left of that. It's a printed. The back is plain, so I could always use that. I did like a beach piece on this a few years ago. Tell it's perfect for something like that. This is a Forbidden Fiber Co. This is a Belfast linen. It's 32 count. It's Celadon. It was their fabric of the month in March of 2022. I was very briefly in the Forbidden Fiber Co. fabric of the month. It's a very light green, if you can or cannot see that on the camera. This fabric made me a bunch of friends. I was working on something on this at Summer Stitch last year. This is 40 count Swamp linen from Picture This Plus. Yeah, that could probably still make me some friends. It struck up a conversation. It's beautiful. It is hard to see in a 40 count linen, but it was worth it. The project looks great. I love this fabric. I have to find something else to do to use these. This is probably too small. Like I could probably do like a bookmark or something on it, but I could get a decent sized piece in on that. We shall see. This is a tiny little remnant from Forbidden Fiber Co. 32 count Belfast linen. This is red clay. I like that a lot. I can't remember what I stitched on that to have a remnant from it. Isn't that sad? I guess that means I stitch a lot, right? This was my favorite fabric earlier this year. I put a lot of things on this fabric. This is 16 count Ada and Blue Moon from Bestitch Me. Still have a decent sized piece. I love this color. Very pretty. Sorry, I just realized you can totally see my little campfire ghost through the fabric. This is very informal. This one's fun. This is a Mystic Fabrics. This is Witch's Brew. It's a 36 count linen. I got this like 4 years ago, 3 years ago. from Barefoot Needle Art. I was in Myrtle Beach for vacation and I went down and saw them and bought some things. I stitched my Move Forward from Modern Folk Embroidery on this. And this is the remnant. Love that. This is my leftover from Stitch Away from that project. This is Needle and Flax Dirty Teacup, 36 count linen. I still have a big piece of this because I just did the strawberry and I don't think I'm going to do the rest of the project that we got. I might, but I feel like I can use this for something else that I will enjoy. I liked doing the strawberry. I need to fully finish the strawberry. Such is my life. This is one that I'm probably going to throw on a freebie table. This is 14 count Ada from Picture This Plus in Zephyr. So someone can get a couple of smalls on that. But 14 count just really is not my jam there. This is, I cut off from my Reaching Skyward that I'm currently working on. So this is 28 count Mushroom Lugana. This is like the remnant from a fat half, maybe? Or a quarter. I can't remember. It's been cut into a few times, so probably from a fat half. I think this would be good for a couple of tiny towns because I think if you cut it in half there, you could get probably 4 on this if you stacked them the right way. So that's good. I like the tiny towns. They make you feel very accomplished very quickly. This is Under the Sea Fabrics. This is a 32 count Opal Lugana in Neptune. Very sparkly. Can you see? Yeah, you can. It's super bright. I did my, there you go. I did my Wizard of Oz tree that I put on the brag table at StitchCon this year on this fabric. It's very bright and happy. Then this is a piece of 20 count Ada in the color Blush from Zweigart. I had started a project on this and decided I didn't want to do the project anymore. It's still up here, but I can either, I dread taking that out, but I can take it out or I could just cut it and have a fairly large piece. Just a very light pink. And then, oh, this is just 28 count ivory even weave from Artiste. Just a remnant of that. And then really quick, rapid fire. We're about done. I don't know. This is like an 18 count Ada. Like these are ones I'm not going to know. I don't know who they're from or any of that. This is fun. I got this off of the freebie table at StitchCon like 3 years ago. But look, there's not a lot to it. It's a linen, maybe 28 count or 32 count. It's like a purpley. But once again, I bought it thinking of those patterns that are kind of like tiny towns that are long and skinny, or, you could fit a couple of things on there if you cut it in a strategic manner. Look, it's yellow. It's small though. I'll find something to do with it. I want to either dye or get rid of that big piece of yellow just because I feel like it's a big piece of fabric. It deserves to be used for something decent, This is just an 18 count Ada. This part up here is probably why I saved it. That's enough for like a tiny little small or a bookmark or something like that. I say bookmark a lot, like I ever stitch bookmarks. I do not. This is, I forget the name of it. It's Picture This Plus. I think it's a 14 count. I did my StitchCon table piece with everybody's initials on this. So it's 14 count, but I love the color, so I'll keep that. This is 18 count, just a dusty purple. Same. This must be off the same piece of fabric, just cut from it. That's a decent size. Good for me. You learn things about yourself from these things, This is 25 count black Lugana. And this is the last piece. You ready? This is a heck of a last piece. Ready? Very pink. Super bright pink. Brighter than it looks on the camera. This is, I think it's an 18 count Aida. I was definitely an 18 count Aida stitcher for a long time before I decided to go 20, 22, and then like the Ghana and stuff like that. So that's it. That's the fabric stash, you guys. Is that enough for you? I have 1, 2, 3, 4 whole pieces here that I decided that I don't want anymore. And then let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 pieces that I'm gonna keep to dye. So that's 10 total. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah. Okay, it could be worse, but I am keeping a lot more than I thought I would. That's okay. Collecting the fabric and stitching the things are 2 separate hobbies, and I will die on that hill. So that's it for me. You want one more look at Augie before we go? Me. He's chewing on things. August. Hey, hey, don't chew on that. Say hi. He's like, leave me alone and let me chew. All right, y'all. I hope this was interesting. It went a lot longer than I thought it would. I will try and edit it together and put in the pictures that I said I was going to. This rain is making me tired, but I'll take care of it, I promise. And I will see you next week for my regular Flosstube video, which will be a lot more polished and put together. I promise. He's still chewing on plastic. Can you hear that? Have a great week, you guys. Thanks for watching, and I will see you next time.